Can tornadoes form on Venus? Tornadoes need two ingredients to form: strong vertical wind shear, i.e., the wind changes rapidly as you go up in altitude, and strong vertical motions. Venus appears to have little of either. On Earth and Mars, dust devils are formed because the sun heating the surface creates plumes of hot and buoyant air, which as it rises converts the vertical wind shear into horizontal wind shear, resulting in a small vortex.
Tornadoes are formed in a similar way, but in that case, the ascending plumes of buoyant air are caused by deep convection in a thunderstorm, which can result in much more powerful vortices as covered in clouds, and it seems unlikely to me that you would get the same kind of convection at the surface that you do with clear sky atmospheres on the Earth and Mars that lead to dust devils.
There are indeed large convection cells in the Venusian atmosphere due to solar heating of the atmosphere itself, but they seem to be high up in the clouds and not at the surface. Venus has very few condensable, which by their release of latent heat give rise to deep moist convection water vapor condensing into liquid water and releasing latent heat plays this role in a terrestrial thunderstorm. Venus also does not have strong vertical wind shear, particularly at the surface.
Thus I think anything like a dust devil or tornado is probably quite rare, if not completely absent, on Venus. A lot of people are commenting about Venus polar vortex, which is totally unrelated to a tornado. Polar vortices are common features of planetary atmospheres and result from the planetary scale circulation of the atmosphere. Tornadoes and dust devils are several orders of magnitude smaller in scale and are transient features.
One interesting feature of the Venusian atmosphere is that the solid planet rotates extremely slowly, so slowly that there is no appreciable Coriolis force. Thus the atmospheric dynamics on Venus is very different from that of Earth and the other planets with significant atmospheres. The atmospheres of Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune are littered with cyclones, anticyclones, and jet streams, all of which rely on a balance between pressure gradients and the Coriolis force geostrophic dynamics.
But on Venus the primary balance is between pressure gradients and the centrifugal force cyclostrophic balance, which leads to very different dynamics. In addition, as I mentioned earlier, Venus does not really have moist convection, which means that there are not really any storms depending on how you define the word storm.